remember that before we cross over. We need to remember these truths as we walk through difficult circumstances. Jesus is not unaware of what we're going through.
Yeah.
He's familiar with our weaknesses. He's working things for our good. He's sovereign over our lives, and Jesus is sovereign over our trials. Saints, if you follow Christ, if you follow his commands, does not mean you'll be spared adversity. Jesus made him get into the boat. Jesus knows the storm is coming. Obedience to Jesus' word doesn't mean no stormy seas ahead.
Yes, sir.
In fact, really the opposite is true. You want to follow Jesus, watch out. Watch out for temptations. Watch out for troubles. Watch out for trials. They will arise and crash upon you like waves crashing in a boat in the middle of rough waters. Watch out. But the good news is, the thing you need to remember before you cross over, Jesus is sovereign over you. Jesus is in control. You need to remember, Jesus is interceding for you. Verse 23 says, and after he had dismissed the crowds, he went up on the mountain by himself to pray. When evening came, he was there alone. You can look at your trials differently when you know that the very Son of God is at the right hand of the Father at this moment, interceding for you. I wonder how many of his prayers get answered. Oh, all of them, right?
All right.
Because whatever he asks, the Father says, I was thinking the same thing. So he's always ready to give you strength. He's always ready to sustain you by his Spirit at every single moment of your need. Remember that before you cross over. Jesus is interceding for you. Jesus is present with you. The disciples had been at sea at least 9 hours, battling the storm. It was supposed to be a short trip, but a storm came. They thought they would have been on the other side a long time ago, but a storm came. They didn't think they would be out there as long as they did, but a storm came. The wind was contrary. Every time they'd go, look like they were trying to make progress, the wind would just push them farther out. Does anybody know anything about that in life? The harder they worked, the closer they got to disaster. The only means of movement was rowing, beloved. And Mark records in Mark 6:48, they were straining at the oars for their very lives. They thought they were going to die. They needed his presence. Mark says in his parallel account that in chapter 6:48, he says, Jesus saw them. He saw them, but he waited before he came. I don't like it when he does that. I mean, if I've been out there working for 9 hours, and the waves getting in the boat, and the wind is blowing and it's contrary, and my arms are so tired that I'm barely able to move, and I'm making no progress, I would rather Jesus not wait. Sometimes Jesus did that waiting thing, you know. He heard Lazarus was sick. And he waited. He could have just stayed on the mountain and kept praying, just say, oh, excuse me, Father, the wind ceased. Now, back to what I was doing. But he waited. To be honest, looking back, I'm glad that the Savior waited some time. Because I need him to wait to help me to understand how much I need him. Jesus ain't forgotten in heaven. He came. He didn't get in a boat, but he came. He came to them through the very danger that threatened to destroy them. He came walking on the sea. He's using their trial as his footpath. He knows exactly where they were. Can you imagine that? It's dark, it's stormy, the waves are high, and Jesus knows they've been pushed out 3 to 4 miles. Jesus comes walking on the water, and he knows exactly where they are.